It was during one of those eerie, solitary stretches of road that I discovered the true meaning of silence. The kind that presses on your chest and makes your heart echo against the emptiness. The highway stretched endlessly ahead of me, a black ribbon flanked by shadows and fields that slipped past unseen. Only the rhythmic drone of the engine and the occasional crackle of a weak radio signal kept me company. My goal was straightforward: cover as many miles as possible before dawn. A thought that seemed simple enough until I came to the crossroad. That was when I first noticed the headlights appearing in my rearview mirror, hovering like ghostly orbs in the dark. At first, I thought nothing of it. Matching my speed exactly, the presence behind me felt more curious than threatening. I played with the notion that maybe it was just another lone traveler like myself, someone trying to conquer the night and distance all at once. Yet, as I dialed the radio knob in search of a clearer station, the feeling of being watched grew, mingling with static to create a soundtrack that tingled the spine. I sped up, thinking the car would either pass or fall behind. But neither happened. It stayed there, a shadow that seemed to know my pace, an unyielding fixture of my journey. The logical move was to change my course, to zigzag through a sequence of turns that would surely throw them off. After all, how could they possibly guess my next move on roads as twisted and unknown as these? Yet with each sharp bend, the headlights reappeared steadfastly in my mirror, unwavering, as if tethered by some invisible string. I was being followed, stalked through the cloak of the endless night, and any attempt to lose my pursuer seemed futile, like a game I was destined to lose. A chill coursed through me, not from the cold, but from the very idea that someone out there knew my every intention. A brief moment of hope flared when their lights disappeared after a particularly blind turn. Relief washed over me in heavy waves, and I allowed myself to believe I had shaken them off. That was until I spotted the car parked casually on the shoulder ahead, headlights ablaze, slicing through the darkness with an intensity that felt accusatory. As I rolled past, heart hammering against my ribs, the engine of the other car roared to life. They were back. My reprieve had been nothing but a cruel illusion. Whatever game this was, they were in control. Panic surged through me, and an idea hit like lightning. I swerved onto a rough dirt road, killed my headlights, and held my breath in the sudden, overwhelming quiet. The only sounds were the tick-tock of the cooling engine and the pounding in my chest. It felt like a gamble with fate. And just as I thought I might have outsmarted them, the unthinkable happened. Within minutes, the haunting beams of their headlights appeared, finding me once again with disturbing precision. This wasn't mere chance. It felt like destiny, a cruel fate orchestrated by forces unknown and unseen. An asani. Gears shifted as the road narrowed into a bridge, anxiety morphing into dread. Then came the worst betrayal. My car stalled. Fingers fumbling against the key, I glanced back through the gloom to see the other vehicle stopped precisely 150 yards away. As if observing the fruition of my fear, the reverberating growl of their engine served as a taunt, a reminder of who held power. In sheer determination or insanity, I managed to revive the engine and sped off toward what civilization remained in this abyssal stretch. The neon promise of a motel unfurling its glow like a beacon. Adrenaline fueled my escape, and as the motel appeared closer, I dared to peek into the rearview mirror. The road stretched behind me, empty, devoid of pursuit. The unknown car had vanished as mysteriously as it had arrived, dissolving into the ether like a wraith with unfinished business. Relief mingled with confusion as I pulled into the lot, the facade of safety brushing up against the terror still lingering beneath my skin. I stumbled into the motel's reception, recounting my unsettling ordeal to a sleepy-eyed receptionist who listened with the tired patience of someone who'd heard it all before. His acknowledgement was both a comfort and unease. Later, in the motes of sterile light cast by the room's lamp, I scoured the web for answers. What I found chilled my bones to the marrow. Old articles whispered of vanished travelers and dark apparitions. Tales woven with the same fear, tethered to an unmarked car that roamed these roads like a sentinel of despair. Its never-identified driver left a pall over the open highway, a specter echoing through time. Though my journey ended without incident, I vowed never to return to that place. Never to tempt fate twice on a stretch of road where shadow and reality dance together in an ominous waltz. Even now, as the night settles outside my window, every curve of the road, every distant pair of headlights, makes me wonder if they're watching, waiting to follow once more.